Allie. All right, I think we are all set up on both Facebook and Instagram. Let me know. Can you see me? Can you hear me? And I'm just going to give everyone a few minutes to hop on with us before we get started. Also, if you have a block and a yoga strap, you can go ahead and grab those things. If you don't have that, of course, you can always use something else for a block. Maybe it's a soup can or a pillow. And for the strap, it could be a towel, it can be a leash for your dog. So, whatever, just grab that, and I'll be showing you how to modify some poses using those props. But of course, they're not required. You can always just do the regular pose. All right, we'll wait a few more minutes for people to jump on. Yeah, and my fellow instructors have really been inspiring me to not take things so seriously. So we're all just kind of working with what's going on and with what we've got. So I'm just gonna have fun today as I'm teaching this. I hope you have fun as you practice and drop off all the seriousness, drop off needing it to be perfect, and just enjoy it. It's just yoga. You don't have to have some spiritual awakening or be in perfect shape. Let's just have fun today. All right. All right. I will hop onto my mat and we will get started. We're gonna start off working the core today. So come onto your back in Supta Baddha Konasana or reclined butterfly. Soles of your feet together, knees out wide, eyes open, and just gaze at a single point above you. Get integrated onto your mat, into the room. Call in your breath, deep inhale, full exhale. Bring your fingertips behind your ears, lift your head, neck, and shoulders, and then let your feet, they stay together, but they hover right over your mat. Pull your belly button down like you're pulling it into your mat, and we're just gonna pulse up for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lie back down, drop your head, rock side to side. Stick with your breath, even as we're doing this core work. Hug your knees into your chest now. Rock side to side, massage out your back. Then you'll start to rock head to toe. Yeah, so use your breath to give you that momentum. Inhale as you roll back. Exhale to propel you forward. One more time. And then you'll land in a high boat. So you're going to balance on your sit bones. Bend your knees if you need to. And then you're going to keep your lower back lifted. To do this, you'll have to keep your core pulled in. Bring your arms out to the sides. Inhale to low boat. Exhale, high boat. Inhale, low. Exhale, high. Keep your belly pulled in. Inhale. Exhale, back up high. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high boat. And hold it here. Stay lifted. Pull the pit of your belly back towards your spine. Yeah, and that in and up lifting of your belly is what I want you to hold for the entire practice. So you're moving from your core. Breathe. One more full inhale. Full exhale. And on an exhale, cross your ankles. Bring your hands in front of you. Come into a tabletop position. So get your shoulders stacked right over your wrists. Spread your hands out. Your fingertips press down into your mat. Get your hips right over your knees. And take a few cat-cows. Inhale, press your chest forward. Lift your hips and your gaze. Exhale, relax your head down. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Again, cow. Open your chest. Cat, arch your back. And then maybe you're not exactly following along with me because maybe your breath is slower or maybe it's quicker. And that's fine. Either way, just allow your motions to follow your breath. Come to a neutral spine. And we're going to do the same thing except side to side this time. So your shoulders and your hips press to the left as the center of your torso goes right. And then move your spine the other direction. Inhale one way. Exhale to the other. Inhale. Exhale. Then come back to your breath. Notice if it's harder or easier to breathe now that you've started moving. Curl your toes under. Press into downward dog. And just stay still here. A lot of times we move around in the first down dog, which isn't a bad thing. But I want you to give up the fidgeting right now. And just allow your body to be still. Be okay with not moving, not trying to distract yourself from the present moment. See if you can relax into it. Tiptoe your feet up to meet your hands and hang out in ragdoll. You can sway side to side. Shake your head yes and no. And I'm just going to make sure everything is working fine on the live videos. You're in ragdoll, knees are bent. Bring your big toes to touch. And slowly roll your spine up. Sweep your arms overhead, spark your fingertips, and bring your hands down to your heart in a prayer position. And we'll all come together with one Om. Inhale. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift halfway, get your spine long. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back to high plank. Again, pull your belly in and up. Lower your knees and lower your body all the way down to your mat. Then come into Cobra. Slight lift in your chest. And press all the way back to downward facing dog. Yeah, so again, be still. Or this might be the down dog where you get all of your fidgeting out. Bend one knee, then the other. Move around. Start to get settled into the practice before we begin to flow. One breath per one movement. Have a block nearby for the next flow. Look forward, step to the top of your mat. Lift halfway, fold. Extended mountain, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Lift halfway, step back into high plank. Now you can grab your block, place it right underneath your chest on the second setting. So it'll be about 6 to 8 inches off of your mat. And we're going to come into chaturanga, which is really just low plank. So you'll extend forward, bend your elbows so they press toward the back of your mat, and only go as low as you can while pressing into your block. Yeah, so it's a lot higher off your mat than you probably think it is. And press up to upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Stay here, drop your head. Relax your shoulders. And I'm going to move my block off to the side, but if you'd like to keep it there as a reminder of how low to move in your chaturanga, feel free to do that. Inhale, gaze toward the top of your mat. Exhale, step forward. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, high to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And just notice how you're feeling right now. What's your breath like? Where's your mind focused? If you still haven't gotten centered mentally, see if you can try and keep your gaze on a single point. Now keep your gaze steady. A wandering eye is a wandering mind. Look forward. Step or hop, top of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Bring the weight into the corners of your feet, which does not include your toes, and cactus your arms out. And notice if you're sticking your tailbone out towards the back wall, tuck it in, sink down into your chair. And can you have fun in this pose? I know I sometimes find it difficult to have fun here, but today I'm letting go of the seriousness and I'm just going to enjoy it. On the exhale, fold forward. Lift halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Warrior one. Right foot comes forward, 90 degrees in your right knee. Fire up your legs. Again, pull your belly in and up. And I'm going to interlace my fingertips behind my back, open up my chest. Yeah, so you're welcome to just lift your arms like we usually do, or you can join me here. Yeah, feel the deep opening in both your hips and your shoulders with this variation. And on an exhale, plant your hands, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Now get your hips, your feet, your knees set up. And this side might feel different. Interlace your fingertips if you'd like to. But allow your shoulders to drop down. Integrate your shoulder blades to the center of your back. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Come back to your breath. Find some relaxation. Sometimes it's hard to believe that down dog is a resting pose. Can you make it into a resting pose? By softening, finding some release with your breath. Look forward, feet to hands. Halfway lift, fold, chair, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga dandasana. Upward dog, downward facing dog, warrior one. Rise up on your inhale, interlace your fingertips on the exhale, open up, inhale, flow through chaturanga. Upward dog, downward facing dog, left side, rise up, inhale, interlace your fingertips, open up, chaturanga dandasana. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 3 full breaths here. And we're going to run through that one more time. And I'm not going to cue any of the poses. We'll all go at our own pace, 1 breath per movement. And you can watch me if you're not sure what to do. Just follow along with your own breath. Look forward and begin. I'll wait here in downward dog for everyone to join me. Sorry, I needed a little break from talking. It is not easy to do all the poses while also teaching the class. So lift your right foot toward the sky, 3-legged dog. Lift your belly up. So it's like you're pulling your pelvis up towards your belly button. Flex your right foot, send it straight up toward the sky. Then bend your knee. Allow your hips to open up. It's like your right foot is really heavy. It's about to pull you over. And then step your right foot forward for high crescent lunge. Press your back thigh up toward the ceiling. Bring your hands to your heart. Keep your spine long as you twist over to the right. So keep your hips square to the top of your mat. With each exhale, twist deeper. You can open up your arms. Look up at your right hand to go further. One more inhale. Warrior two on your exhale. Legs are strong. This is a really strong pose, even up in your arms. Yeah, so like firm up your upper arms while also relaxing down your shoulders. reverse your warrior, extended side angle. You can use a block or your right thigh and reach your left arm overhead. Or if you'd like, you can take a bind by bringing your left arm behind you. A half bind will be your left hand up on your right thigh. If you'd like the full version, reach your right hand under and grab your fingertips together. So either way, you're working on spinning your chest up and open. Yeah, and keep breathing. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Three-legged dog on the other side. Lift your left foot straight up. It's your belly, it's your core that's doing the lifting here. Press your right heel toward your mat. Left heel up toward the ceiling. And then open up your hips. Put your left foot, get heavy. It'll almost pull you over. And then press it forward into your high crescent lunge. Get your spine tall. Press the crown of your head up. Hands to your heart. And twist left. So use that side of your left leg to deepen into the twist. So you don't have to do all the work from your core, but that's just where the power is. Twist deeper. Open up your arms. Warrior two. Strong legs, feet are grounded. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle. And if you want to go for the bind on this side, know that you might be able to get it on one side better than the other. And now you have a view of what it looks like from behind, so you'll just bend your right arm, reach your left arm underneath, grab onto your fingertips. And if you can't make it to that, don't worry. It took me like 8 years to be able to do this. Deep inhale here. Chaturanga. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now drop your head. Take a cleansing breath if you need it. Look to the top of your mat and step forward. Halfway lift, fold, chair. We're about to go into twist, so get your feet grounded, get your thighs strong because we only want our upper body twisted. Bring your hands to your heart, twist to the right. And just because it's fun, I will show you a variation for this pose. And if you want to stay here in your chair twist, that's fine. I'll turn this way. So as you're in your twist, you can bring both elbows, one to the top thigh, one to the bottom. So one's up by your hip, one by your knee. Plant your hands down to your sides. And then you can allow your legs to lift up into a side crow. And then do some fun stuff. You might fall out of it at first, but it's just a fun thing to work with. Like, these are like the yoga party tricks we do. So everyone come back into your chair twist. Back to center. Hands to your heart. Twist to the other side. And take it deeper. Open your arms. And if you'd like to do your bouncing pose, come into it on this side. And you'll you'll notice you can probably do it way better on one side than the other. Like this is a lot easier than the other side for me. And come back down into your twist, into your chair, and fold. Separate your feet, step onto the palms of your hands. Your toes will come all the way to your wrist creases. Allow your head to sink down toward your mat. Find some release in this pose. Let it feel good. Release your hands and come into crow. And if you've never done crow before, or you feel like you can't get it, just play around with it. Eventually you'll get it. It doesn't have to be easy, it can still be fun. So one way that makes it a little bit easier is to bring a block right behind you. Bring your knees up to your triceps and bring your feet to meet on the block. So that just gives you a sense of what it's like to lift your hips and bring the weight onto your arms. And you can also work on pulling the soles of your feet toward each other, the arches of your feet. Keep your gaze out in front of you. And you might start to lift one foot, maybe the other. One more inhale. Step or shoot back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. To downward facing dog. Okay, so I'm sweating. I hope y'all are too. If not, bring in some more breath. Build that internal heat. Look to the top of your mat and move forward. Lift halfway. Fold. And rise up to standing. If you have a strap or a towel, grab that, and I'll show you how to do some of these poses with the strap. Of course, you can do it without if you prefer that. I'm going to come into standing leg raise. Bring the weight into your left foot. Lift your right leg. So I usually keep my right knee bent here, but the strap can allow you to straighten your leg out, even if you're tight in your hamstrings like I am. Yeah, so you don't have to get all the way straight. See if you can keep your hips even. Bring your right leg over to the side. Yeah, so you're still doing the work. You can still feel this here, and you have the support of this strap. Bring your foot back to center, and just press back to airplane. You can place the strap down or just hold it in your hand. And for some reason, I'm having trouble with airplane today, so if you're having trouble with your balance, don't worry about it. Make it fun. And then come back to standing. Then we'll do the other side. Ground down through your right foot. Lift your left leg. Yeah, and you, of course, can keep your knee bent or straighten it out and grab your toe. Or you can do like me and use the strap. Have a little bit more flexibility on this side. Keep your core pulled in, come out to the side. Inhale your leg back to center in front of you. And exhale, press back, airplane. Yeah, so like if you're watching your kids do this, they're probably just having fun being in an airplane. Like they don't care if they fall out of the pose. They'll just get back up and be like, oh, that was really fun. So be more like them. Be more like you were when you were a kid. Enjoy this practice. Come back up to standing. So we'll do another balancing pose, and I'm going to use the strap for this one too, for dancer. So again, ground down through your left foot. You'll step your right foot onto the strap. Then cross the strap so the left side comes to the right hand and vice versa. And then walk your left foot in front of the strap and allow your right leg to lift back. And you can use your hands to pull your right leg stronger. Bring your thigh up higher. Notice if your knee wants to go out to the side. The strap is a good way to keep you lifting straight up. And you can grab onto the strap with your right hand as you reach your left arm out, or keep both hands on the strap. And just allow yourself to open up even more than you usually do. And then switch sides. Step onto the strap with your left foot. Cross the strap one in front of the other. Step in front of it. And reach up. Yeah, so it's not like the strap is doing the pose for you, but it might give you access to go a little bit deeper. So just use the support, use what you have. And maybe you don't like the strap, and that's fine. You can just go into the traditional pose. And then switch sides again. This time I'll do dancer without the strap. And it's funny how it's the same pose, but it's a very different experience with or without the strap. It's like you're stamping your right foot into the ceiling, and switch sides. Ground down, strong right leg, and then press your left leg back. Look out in front of you. Yeah, and then have fun. This pose doesn't have to look perfect or be Instagrammable. Just let it be fun. And release. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. Rise up, open to warrior two, and then straighten your right knee. Press your hips toward the back of your mat and bring your right hand down for triangle. Now, I always like to use a block here. It just gives me access to more opening in my upper body. So press your right lung toward the left side of the room. And press your left leg, your left back, your left hip back. Look up at your left hand. Bring a slight bend to your knee. Use your core to rise up. You'll turn your feet to the corners of your mat and come down into a goddess squat. So notice your knees, especially if you have tight hamstrings like me, are going to want to rotate inward. See if you can keep them pulled out, which might mean not going quite as low into this pose. Place your hands on your thighs right above your knees. Press your left shoulder forward and down as you open up your right shoulder. Look to the right side or behind you. And then switch. We'll do that one more time. Left shoulder down, right shoulder back. And then right shoulder down, left shoulder back. Come back up. Turn your toes, go right out in front of you, and fold forward. And some of you might be able to come into a headstand from here. If you're still working on pulling the crown of your head down, a block is a great way to get there gently. So with the block, I'm able to press the crown of my head all the way down, and then I can move it, and maybe I can go all the way down to my mat. Not quite yet. And you'll walk your hands over to the right side. Turn your toes to face the top of your mat. Straighten your right leg and fold over your right knee. Slight bend in your right knee, but your leg is basically straight. And this is a grounding pose, so if your left foot is coming up at all, just step it in a little bit. Or a wide-legged pyramid. Plant your hands down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Open to warrior two. Triangle pose. So this is also a grounding pose. So focus on getting your feet grounded first and build the pose from the ground up. And then see if you can spin your upper body open. It's like you're working towards going to a full wheel, though most of us won't make it there today. Bend your knee. Come into a wide-legged squat. And this time we're just going to hold it. Or if you'd like, you can take some pulses. Like I said, I did Lisa's bar class this morning, so I got all my pulses in for the day. I'm just going to hold the squat. Breathe through it. Rise up. Turn your toes forward. Interlace your fingertips behind your back for a forward fold. And you can pull the crown of your head down, or see if you can just allow it to release down this time. And walk your hands over toward the left side of your mat. Turn your toes toward the top of your mat and fold over your left knee. Allow your head to just drop. Find as much relaxation in this pose as possible. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Then inhale into your high plank. Shift your weight over to the right side and come into a side plank. You have the option to bring your right knee down. I'm going to come into wild thing from here, so I'll lift my left leg up, bring it behind me, and press my hips up. Now, I find this to be one of the most freeing, fun poses, so that's why I'm doing it today. And then come back to center, chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale into high plank. Exhale, shift over into side plank on the left. Keep your hips lifted so they're not slumping down. pose wherever it's fun for you to go. I will come back into Wild Thing. Keep your breath flowing. And come back over. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Breathe, get back in touch with your breath. We're about to do some igniting poses and really open up the front of our body. So build the heat within you. Bring your knees down. We'll come into camel. Press your hips forward. If you want to do this against a wall, you can. Sometimes it's helpful because you're not leaning back here. You're keeping the front of your hips stacked right over your quads. Allow your chest to open. Drop your head back gently. And you may or may not want to grab for your heels. You'll slowly come up. Head's the last thing to rise. Sit back on your heels. If you want to stretch the arches of your feet, you can keep your toes curled under for fire toes. And we'll come into that one more time. Rise up. Press forward for camel. Keep your thighs rotating inward for a strong core. Protect your lower back. Yeah, feel the opening in your throat. Like, what's it feel like? Send your breath in and out of your body. And slowly lift up. I'll bring the tops of my feet down this time. Now resist the urge to fold forward just yet. And now we'll bring our feet out in front of us for high bridge. So your heels should be close enough so you can slightly graze them with your fingertips. Press into your feet and lift your hips up. Notice if your knees want to splay out. You want your shins and your knees to press straight forward. Work on rotating your inner thighs down towards your mat. Lift your hips a little bit higher. And lower down. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide. We have 3 wheels today. Now, I think this is the most fun part of the practice. Not everyone thinks so, but today you're going to make it fun. You're going to have fun with it. You're going to make it big and playful. Go up, wheel number 1. Allow your chest to open up. Press your hips up high. Yeah, and keep your core strong to protect your back. And lower down to Supta Baddha Konasana. Take a breath right here. And lift back up into wheel or bridge if that's where you are today. You can lift a leg or take some push-ups. Like, it's not that serious. Stop looking at it as work and see it as your time of the day that you just get to play around. Lower down. Supta Baddha Konasana. We've got one more. Stay with me. Drop off the seriousness and go up. Lift your leg. Yeah, so be thankful you're not sitting. Well, you might be sitting behind a computer right now, but you're doing yoga by your computer. You're not doing work. This is playtime. And lower down. Take happy baby. Grab onto either the outer edges of your feet or onto the tops of your legs and sway side to side. And we already got core work out of the way, so we'll be thankful for that. Hug your knees into your chest. Start to rock. And you'll rock all the way to downward facing dog. Come into half pigeon on the right side. Get your shin parallel with the top of your mat. Left leg presses straight back. So you might want to take a look at it, make sure it's not coming off to the side. I'm gonna place a block underneath my right hip. Extend forward and down. Slowly move on to the other side. So if you'd like, you can come back through downward facing dog. And bring your left leg forward. The setup on this side might be different than the other one. The hips are sisters, they're not twins. And reach forward, lower down. Just take this as a time to come back into your breath, come back into your body. And lift your chest up. We'll come into double pigeon. Stack your right shin over your left and get your right ankle all the way to right above your left knee. So it's stacked all the way over there. And instead of pressing your leg down, see if you can just allow your hip to fall open as much as it wants to go right now. Both sit bones down on your mat. You can either relax back or extend forward. Place a block underneath your head. That feels good. And sometimes we just get so caught up in doing the work, working towards something, being, quote, productive. And we forget what it's like to just live, just to be free, just to play around and have fun. And that's just as important as the work. Switch sides. Left leg comes on top. And go into whatever your expression of the pose is. I'll extend forward and rest my head on a block. You might have seen some of our Good Wolf instructors walking around with shirts that say, I can't remember the exact quote, but it's something like, being goofy is an ancient yogic technique or something. And I love that quote because it just reminds us that, like, being free, just having fun, like being goofy is important too. Like, we don't have to be serious all day, every day. We don't always have to be working so hard towards something, and sometimes we actually are our best selves just when we're enjoying ourselves. Lift out of the pose. Slowly move into a seated single leg extension. Left foot comes in, up over towards your right toes. Of course, if you have a strap or a towel, you can use that to wrap around the ball of your foot and go deeper. Keep a slight bend in your right knee. Remove your strap. Stack your spine. We're going to come into shooting star, so place your left hand right by your hip and press your hips up. Reach back. And then lower down. Switch sides. Extend your left leg out, right foot comes in. And fold over that left leg. Use a strap if you'd like. And if you're feeling that more than stretching, you just kind of need a release, then just fold over your left leg. Let your head drop. Let your body be light. And then rise back up. A shooting star on this side. Right hand comes down. Press into your left foot, your right leg to lift up. And lower down. Come into a seated forward fold. So part of enjoying yourself while doing yoga involves giving up the need to look a certain way or be a certain way in front of people. And I've just had a bunch of cars pass me, watching me do yoga, watching me probably look like I'm talking to myself. And I'm still enjoying myself, so obviously I don't care about looking too good right now. I'm gonna roll up. Come into fish pose. I'm going to use a block for this. Allow your chest to open up, your head to drop back, arms come to the sides. Take a cleansing breath in through your nose. Sigh it out. Take one or two more of those. Really feel your throat opening up. Come back up. Remove your block. Take the inversion of your choice. Today I'm just going to do legs up the wall, since I have the wall to use. You can also do waterfall, which is the same pose using a block. And if you want to play around with headstand, handstand, go ahead and do that. Do what your body's needing. Slowly come down from whichever inversion you are in. Come into your back. Hug your right knee in and cross it over to the left side. You can place a block underneath your right knee if you'd like. It just reminds you to just let it fall where it wants rather than pressing it down. to center. Other side. Left leg comes in and across your body, and let it fall over. Take your last few Ujjayi breaths. And come back to center. Move all of your props out of the way so you have room to spread out. And come flat onto your back, or if you'd like, you can place something underneath your knees if it bothers your low back to be laying flat on your back. Bring your arms out to the sides. Relax your shoulders down. Relax your face muscles. For our final resting pose, Shavasana. Start to bring some small movements back to your body. Hug your knees in and roll over into a fetal position. To lift yourself up into an easy seat. Close your eyes and bring your hands to a prayer position at your heart. We'll take one final cleansing breath. Inhale through your nose. Just release everything that's not serving you, all the seriousness, all the rigidity in your mind and your body. The love and light inside me sees, honors, and appreciates the love and light inside all of you. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to stay playful throughout the rest of your week. Namaste. Thank you, everyone who joined me. We have tomorrow, the other Jamie is teaching a bar class in the morning at 9 a.m. So that will be a lot of fun. Be sure to tune in for that. And just keep a lookout on our social media pages for the schedule of all of our other classes. Thank you so much for being patient with us in this time and for joining in on these classes. I know it's not the ideal situation, but we're all making the best of it, and that's really because of you guys. Thank you so much. Stay awesome, and have a great day. Bye.